At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you today's guest speaker, Master Sergeant Joshua Hall. Master Sergeant Joshua Hall enlisted into the Marine Corps in September 2002. From 2003 to 2007, he served with the 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines at Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, 29 Palms, and deployed twice in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. In 2008, Master Sergeant Hall enlisted in the California Army National Guard as a military policeman. In 2010, he deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom as a member of a brigade personnel security detail, where he supported senior leaders during combat operations across the region. In 2012, he transferred to the Wisconsin Army National Guard, continuing to serve as a military policeman. In 2015, Master Sergeant Hall transitioned to the Wisconsin Army National Guard Recruiting and Retention Battalion, where he quickly distinguished himself as one of the organization's top recruiters. He was selected by the National Guard Bureau to spearhead the development of the Marine to Guard program, creating a nationwide pathway for transitioning Marines to continue their service in the Army National Guard. His leadership in this effort resulted in a significant increase in prior service Marine accessions, earning him recognition across the 54 states and territories. In 2022, Master Sergeant Hall was selected for a Title X assignment at the Strength Maintenance Training Battalion, SMTB, where he has served as a course manager, instructor writer, and small group leader for the NCOA. During this time, he has been instrumental in redesigning programs of instruction to align with the Army Learning Concept standards, and he has mentored over 2,000 NCOs, preparing to serve in the recruiting force. His dedication has earned him recognition as a trusted subject matter expert and leader within the recruiting and retention community. In 2024, Master Sergeant Hall was selected to serve as a team chief and charged with leading a team of 30 instructors, where he assumed the critical responsibility of shaping the Army National Guard strength maintenance professionals through top-tier education and development initiatives. During his tenure as a team chief, he has overseen and initiated 10 iterations of NCR SQI4 and has graduated 1,668 quality recruiting and retention NCOs into the strength maintenance enterprise across the 54 states and territories. Master Sergeant Hall possesses a true passion for training and developing soldiers and is pursuing a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership from the University of Charleston. Master Sergeant Hall is the proud husband to his amazing wife, Layla, and they have 2 beautiful daughters, Jordan and Juliana. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Joshua Hall.
Good afternoon, Sergeants. Okay, all right. Before I start, I'd like to thank Colonel Calderon. I know you're on the roster, sir, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. Also, I would like to thank the staff, support across the 54, and Mr. Chappell, where are you at? Mr. Chappell has also endured all of my accomplishments since being a team chief, so if we get a round of applause for him, please. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention my wonderful wife and daughter, Jordan, who's here, Juliana, who's with Grandma, because as much as the 14-hour days are what they are, they did just as much as well as just read for me. So if we could give them a round of applause too, please. All right, Sergeants, to be totally honest, up until about 2 minutes ago, didn't know what I was going to say. I still don't know, so I guess I'm just going to shoot from the hip. It could get dangerous. But the words no-go, did not meet standard, fail, failure, resilience has overarched this class for the past 6 weeks. And as my bio said, I've overseen 10 cycles as a team chief, been here for 3 years, seen a lot of guest speakers. So I've seen a lot of inspiring words, motivation, and you're not going to get that from me because I failed. I failed to inspire you, and I failed to motivate you. Actually, I was successful in demotivating you, and for that I apologize. But in the spirit of resilience, I can start over with encouraging maybe some wisdom that I've gotten, and it was a command sergeant major from Virginia that I witnessed here. And I remember how she shared her graduation speak. It was giving nuggets of wisdom. Because that's really all it is, Sergeants, right? We all have our little nuggets, our little go-tos. So I'm going to try to share a couple with you. There's a story that I heard recently, and it goes something like this. If you've heard it and I mess it up, write me an email, okay? But a guy's touching his body, and every time he touches it, it hurts. So he touches his chest, ow. Touches his elbow, ow. touches his nose. Ow, can't figure it out. So he goes to the doctor, and the doctor starts asking him, well, when did all this start? Like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, let me see it again. So he touches, it hurts. And so the doctor's like, when did it start? And then the patient goes, well, I slammed my finger in the fridge. Do you get it? That story resembles which you as R&R NCOs are going to encounter, Sarns. Don't let jamming your finger in the cupboard, in the fridge, so on and so forth, make you think your whole body's hurting or your whole mission's going down the drain. It's just a little bit of hurt. You got to keep going. Just like that person went to the doctor. If you need to go to the doctor, go to your section chief, go to your team leader, email or call your instructors. True professionals will always be there to help you, either diagnose what's wrong or help you get better. As I've been in some of your guys' classrooms as well, you guys have heard my comparison of an R&R NCO versus an NCO. So there's a saying I've probably been saying for about 4 years, and it's a great R&R NCO doesn't make a good NCO. But a good NCO can make a great R&R NCO. Numbers are just that, Sarns. They're just numbers. You could be a great recruiter, but not the best NCO. And I know it sounds tacky, and we've harped on standards and NCO-ship and so on and so forth, and no one's perfect, okay? But if you focus on being a good NCO, I guarantee you will be a great R&R NCO. It's almost impossible to not have civilians look up to you as a mentor or role model or a leader without having a superior athletic ability. It starts with being an NCO. That's what we try to instill here as well. We know it's not BCT, we know it's not IET, but sometimes we all just need a constant reminder. And I don't ever forget that as well either. So for the leadership in the back as well too, that's me putting your R&R NCOs on notice to be good NCOs. Not saying that you guys aren't either, but if you strive for that, mission will come early. I guarantee it. There's another nugget. There's a difference between an amateur and a professional. Anybody know the difference? North Carolina does, because I heard me say this. But, Sarns, an amateur does something until they get it right. A professional does something until they can't get it wrong. How do you get there? Sets and reps, experience. You guys are here to earn the basic badge, basic recruiting and retention badge. It's going to take time. No one expects you to be a professional overnight, and I'm not dismissing you and saying you're amateurs, but you're starting at the amateur level, the basic level. You can be professionals. That's how the CSMs get to where they are. That's how the mass sergeants, the team chiefs in the back of the room and watching live got there. It's sets and reps. Keep doing something until you don't get it wrong. Don't just try to do something and get it right. And the last thing I'm going to say, because I know that I'm standing between you and your loved ones, think of your end result, your goal. Now forget about it. Now think about every small step, every rep, every hurdle, every wall you have to bust down to get to that goal. But put all your focus into those steps, every ounce of energy. That's what head down, eyes up is. Focusing not on the end result, but on each step along the way to get to one undeniable, victorious result. If you can have the discipline to do that, you cannot fail. Head down, eyes up, keep going. Chase Rice, amazing country star. Sarns, you just learned a bunch of steps here. Some people learn them multiple times, but that's okay. That's how we learn. Your goal is that mission. We get that. Your goal is to get a badge. We get that. Your goal is to rank up. Get that. But sometimes we get lost at the end of the tunnel. Let's not lose focus of what's in front of us, and that's the step that we have to do. That is what it's going to take, along with maybe some of those other nuggets that I now encourage you for your wisdom to be successful. I wish you all good luck. Hope to see you at SLC. I still may be here at the station. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out, Sarns. Good luck. Congratulations. Heads down, eyes up.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Hall.